I'm Attorney Lawson, and this is the 283rd time I stood in a courtroom defending a client. I've always believed that the law exists to hold wrongdoers accountable, and not to punish those who act in self-defense. In this case, the victim acted with malicious intent, and my client's response was a lawful act of self-defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the jury has returned its verdict. On all counts, the defendant is found not guilty. The court recognizes that the defendant acted lawfully and is fully exonerated. However, evidence presented raises serious concerns about the conduct of the complaining witness. This matter will be referred to the district attorney for review of possible charges.
Mr. Lawson, this is your 283rd victory in court since the beginning of your career. You've managed to get all your clients out unscathed. People are calling you the devil's advocate. What do you have to say about that?
Devil's advocate. That's a pretty dramatic title, I'd say. Look, I don't see it that way. I'm an attorney. My duty is clear. It's to safeguard my client's rights. The law exists to be applied, and every defendant deserves the best defense that this system allows. People choose to say that's devilish. I guess I'm just doing my job too well.
Right. I have one more question. Just one more question, please. Just one more question, Mr. Lawson.
Mr. Lawson, I don't understand. To this client, it doesn't look like an innocent man. He's got a shady past, bad press, and even a record. Why stand up for someone like that?
You're still thinking in terms of good and evil. The court doesn't care about morality, Rachel. It cares about rules and procedure and who plays the game better. And one of our foremost duties as attorneys is to protect the interests of our clients, not judge their souls.
But if we only care about winning and not about right or wrong, who uncovers the truth then?
Justice always comes with a price.
Still.
And sometimes, Rachel, to achieve what people call justice, you have to take a different path. What's next on the schedule?
Well, we are going to meet Charles Davenport, the richest man in the city. He's been trying to get a meeting for weeks.
Charles Davenport.
You little brat. Always causing trouble. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have to dig out the family heirloom just to clean up your mess.
Dad, it hurts. It's not my fault. It's all because of that woman. She overreacted.
You'd better get out of here right now. If you messed up my meeting with Edward Lawson today, you'd better get ready for jail.
Dad,
Stop! And remember, you're still out on bail. Until the trial, stay home and behave. Don't go anywhere. Did you hear me? Yes! Mr. Lawson, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Please, come in. Have a seat.
I should thank you, Mr. Davenport. That diamond bracelet that you sent to my daughter-in-law when she announced her pregnancy, stunning. I haven't had the chance to properly thank you until right now.
What's the bracelet between friends? What matters is why I asked you here.
I assumed as much. What can I help you with?
It's about my son, Brady. The boy may be reckless, but this time he was set up. Some woman tricked him and the court twisted it into a rape conviction. The first trial was a disaster, but I can swear to you, he didn't do it. I want you to take his retrial. Fight for a full acquittal. If you can win, I'll put $1 million on the table.
Well, when a man like you asks, Mr. Davenport, I don't refuse. When's the next hearing?
3 days from now. My people will send over the files now.
Well, time's a bit tight. Not a problem. I'll go back and get to work right away.
Much appreciated, Mr. Lawson. I'll be waiting for some good news.
Rachel, I need you to start digging into this case. Every document, every witness statement, compile everything that the prosecution might use. You need to be fully prepared.
Of course, Mr. Lawson. May I ask, what will you be focusing on?
Well, there's other angles that I need to explore. Things that don't end up on the official record.
Anna. Hey. Wait, what?
Nate, it's Nate. He's been attacked.
Okay, stay right there. Send me the address and I'll be right over.
How could they possibly get into a fight and get hurt?
Is anything wrong, Mr. Lawson?
Just stay here. I'll be right back.
But the trial is coming up. Can you make it back in time?
If you run into Mr. Davenport, stall up.
What now, Dad?
Where the hell have you been? The trial's this afternoon.
Dad, relax. Didn't you hire Edward Lawson to defend me? You said it yourself. With him on my case, there is no way I'm going to jail.
Sure, there's no lawsuit he can't win. But watch yourself and don't cross him. Or not just you, even your old man can end up taking a hit.
Okay, Dad. Relax.
Did your dad actually hire Edward Lawson to handle the case?
That's right. Edward Lawson, the devil's advocate. With him on my side, I'm not just staying out of jail. I can counteruse that woman and put her behind the bars.
Only your family could pull in a heavyweight like him to defend you. And for that woman, she should count herself lucky that you picked her. Putting on hair back then was one thing, but trying to accuse you of rape afterwards? That's shameless.
Don't dwell on the bad stuff. Let's grab a drink and celebrate first.
Let's go, guys.
Nate, thank you for bringing me here and for giving me this bracelet.
Of course, being pregnant is tough enough as it is, and it's gotta be even worse when you can't get what you're craving. And the bracelet? Thank my dad for it. He called me to his place, he gave it to me, and he told me to make sure you got it.
Here, take this to Hannah.
Oh. Is that diamond? That looks expensive. Where'd you get it?
Doesn't matter. Hannah's been having a tough time with the pregnancy. Just think of it as a little something for her.
Really? This is so precious.
Of course. Only the best for my wife. Hey, they have a cheese cart here. You want some?
Sure.
Whoa, hey. Sorry, man. Sorry. Are you blind?
Sorry, we didn't mean to.
This chick's pretty good looking.
Yeah. Too bad she ended up with such a loser.
Whoa, man, look, can you scoot back a little bit, okay? You're really crowding me.
Do you own this place? Because if not, I'll sit wherever I damn please.
Don't bother arguing with him.
Excuse me. Tonight we have a consommé. Be careful.
I'm so tired.
Nate, don't!
Look, what is your problem, man? Why do you keep crowding me?
Do you have a problem?
You're crossing the line, okay?
Come on, bro. I didn't mean it. Don't be mad at me. Are you mad? I think he's mad, guys. Here. I just ordered it. Hasn't even been opened yet. Consider it my way of saying sorry.
Nate!
It's okay. What the hell do you even want?
I'm apologizing to you, dude. What? You think that's not enough?
Brady, this isn't the right time. Didn't your dad warn you to stay out of trouble?
What's to be afraid of? I'm just teaching him a lesson.
You got the nerve to hit me? Grab him!
Sir, please calm down. We're all just here to eat. Don't start anything.
That's outrageous. How could he act like this in front of everyone?
Mind your own business. Step aside.
You have no idea who you're messing with. Do you know who he is? He's Brady Davenport, son to Charles Davenport, the richest man in town. Touch him, and you'll be asking for troubles.
Oh, come on. So what if he's some rich guy's kid? That does not give him the right to bully people.
Bully you? Scum like you who doesn't even know his place needs a proper lesson. What? You don't like it? Fine. I'll make you really feel it.
Stop! That's way too much. Let him go.
Oh. Almost forgot about you.
Hey, don't touch her. Okay, she's pregnant.
Let me go.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. This is my fault. Just please let her go.
Well, now you're sorry. Too late for you.
You hit me? Hold him! You thought you could hit me? Beat him!
Nate, Nate is being attacked.
What? Don't worry, just send me the address and I'll be right over.
We're at the steakhouse in the corner. Ah! No, give it back. Give it back.
Well, who are you trying to call, huh?
No! Oh my God, no! What are you doing?
I've been with so many women, but never a pregnant one.
Let go of me!
Let go of her, you bastard!
You still think I'm bullying you? Watch closely. I'll show you what taking care looks like. Come on, let me give you a little taste.
Let go! Harassing a pregnant woman? That's despicable!
I love it when they fight back. Wait, isn't this my dad's diamond bracelet? How the hell is it on her? Does she know Edward Lawson?
Watch yourself and don't cross him.
Where'd you get this bracelet from? Where'd you get this bracelet from?
Let go of me. My husband gave it to me.
That diamond bracelet is a Davenport family heirloom and one of a kind. And Mr. Davenport already gave it away. You loser husband couldn't possibly get his hand on it. I bet it's probably a cheap knockoff.
You think you can flash a fake in my face? Waving it around like that? I'll show you what happens when you mess with a Davenport. Right here. Right now.
Bastard! Don't touch my wife!
I'm in a real bad mood right now. You want me to let her go? Fine. Grab the phone out of the hot pot. Do it and maybe I'll think about letting you two lovebirds walk out of here.
Brady, maybe just let them go. Mr. Davenport said 100 of times not to stir up trouble. And what if the bracelet isn't fake?
Get out of my face. Do it now.
No, that pot is scalding hot. You'll burn your hand.
Well, if you want, I'll have to deal with you myself. Right in front of him.
No, don't touch her! Okay, I'll do it. I'll get it.
Then do it! I'm running out of patience. I'm this close to losing it.
No, Nate, no. Nate, don't do it!
Do it!
Nate, your hands! No!
I got it, okay? Now let us go.
Who said I'll let you go? Sweetheart, I'm gonna have fun with you right in front of your husband. And not just me. Everyone here gets a turn.
Hell yeah, I've been wondering what she tastes like.
You lying bastard!
So what? Hold him. Get over here, bitch!
Oh God, it hurts! Stop the baby!
No! Hannah! No. Hannah!
The baby? It hurts so bad.
Get it to the hospital. No. Hey! Did I say you could leave?
What the hell do you even want? Okay? If anything happens to my wife or our baby, I will make you pay.
Yeah? I'd love to see exactly how you plan to make me pay, you pathetic little loser. How are you gonna make me pay? Huh?
He's all talk. You're Brady Davenport. And he's nothing but a weak punk. What's he gonna do?
Jesus! Rich people, you think you can do whatever the hell you want?
Somebody, call for help! She's pregnant! She's in danger!
Yeah, I'm calling the cops right now, okay? And the law is gonna make you pay.
The law? Do you even know who my lawyer is? Edward Lawson, the devil's advocate. You think law can touch me? Not a chance.
Edward Lawson. You mean my father?
Edward Lawson is your dad. Don't make me laugh.
No, he is my father, okay? So don't think that you can just do whatever the hell you want, okay? Because my father would never defend a scumbag like you.
Brady, maybe we should just...
Still mouthing off, huh? Listen, if you are Edward Lawson's son, then I'm the freaking president's son. You think you can take me on? Get him!
Stop! Step aside.
Who the hell is this old man?
Nate, what the hell is going on here?
Dad, it's them. Hannah and I were just having dinner, and then these guys came in and attacked us.
You mess with us first, you had it coming. My son is not the type of person to start trouble. You must have provoked this. And so what? You better pay up and apologize, or no one's walking out of here today.
You kidding me? You guys attacked us, and now you want money?
Nate, take Hannah to the hospital. I'll deal with this.
Okay.
Here's 300 grand. Take it and let us leave.
300 grand, huh? You think I need your measly money? You piss me off, and then you think you can buy your way out of this? Forget it.
Then what do you want?
You said you're his father, right? Here's the deal. Kneel and call me daddy, and maybe I'll let your useless son go.
You bastard! Don't you dare try and humiliate
Shut
my
the hell
father!
up! So, what's it gonna be, old man? Kneel and call me daddy, or your useless kid never gets to call anyone dad again.
So there's no walking away from this, is there?
Damn straight. I'm not letting this slide. Damn it, old man! You hit me?
That was self-defense. You're the one starting a fight in a brawl, and that's a serious felony. You're looking at decades behind bars.
Oh, you're trying to judge me yourself? Do you even know who I am?
I don't give a shit who you are. What I do know is that you attacked my kids. The evidence is all here. You're not walking away from this. You old fool, you don't get it. He's Charles Davenport's son, the richest man in town. You're Charles Davenport's son, the defendant in that rape case.
You're goddamn right. My dad is filthy rich. And you know what? He hired the devil's advocate, Edward Lawson, to defend me. You are about to pay, along with that bitch who tried to frame me.
So you think being rich and powerful makes you above the law? That throwing a little cash lets you treat people like dirt? Well, what if I told you I am Edward Lawson? What if I told you I am Edward Lawson?
Edward Lawson?
It really is Edward Lawson?
Everyone says Edward Lawson is ruthless. Mess with him and you're screwed. We just cross him, aren't we done for?
Wait. My belly hurts.
Just hold on, okay? I'll take you to the hospital.
Brady, just let them go. Otherwise, Edward Lawson won't forgive us.
Edward Lawson, huh? Edward Lawson. Edward Lawson. Trying to pull a fast one on me with the fake ID? You're ready to meet your maker.
Brady Davenport.
Brady, you really think this is a fake?
Absolutely. First, that loser says Edward Lawson is his father, and then this old guy shows up? No way. Plus, my trial's about to start. Edward Lawson must be at court preparing my case. There's no way he'd be here.
You two tried to fool us?
You stubborn fools.
You're digging your own grave. Let them go now.
You're really asking for it. Beat him!
This guy insane. They're attacking anyone who crosses them.
Please, stop hitting my dad. This is really Edward Lawson.
All right, old man. Know your place now? You little loser. How dare you impersonate Edward Lawson?
Give me your bracelet. This diamond bracelet, Charles Davenport gave it to me. Take it back to him and tell him I'm done with this case.
Still don't get it, huh? You said Dad gave it to you? Fine. Daddy?
You little punk, where have you been? Did you stir up trouble again?
I'm just having lunch with my friends.
You think I don't know you? It's clear you've been up to no good.
Dad? It wasn't me, it was them. They started it. By the way, has Edward Lawson shown up at the courthouse yet?
Yeah, he's been here for a while. I even saw his assistant a while ago, too. Miss Morgan, where's Mr. Lawson?
He just stepped into the bathroom.
The hearing's about to start. I hope he's ready.
Don't worry, Mr. Lawson is known for being extremely efficient. He's already got all the case files organized.
All right, got it.
Listen, the hearing's about to start, so get your butt here. And remember, don't piss off Edward Lawson.
Okay, Dad. Edward Lawson, huh? Hold him down. Nice little performance. Let's see how far you can take it.
Hey, look, stop hitting him, okay? He really is Edward Lawson.
Brady, stop. What if he really is Edward?
Get out of my way. You think you're clever, huh? Stop playing. My dad already told me Edward Lawson and his assistant are at the courthouse right now. You didn't even check before trying your little stunt. It's pathetic. You think you can take me on? Forget it. I don't have time to play with you losers. I've got court to go to. But once I'm done, I'll deal with you properly. Let's go, guys.
Doctor, hey, how is she?
The baby is still in critical condition. You're going to need to be prepared.
No, please, you have to save her.
We're doing everything we can.
The baby is gone. And Hannah, she could die too.
What's even the point anymore?
Dad, you're a lawyer. Help me to make them pay. I'm gonna sue them.
Son, justice may take its time, but it always shows up. I'll make them pay.
Oh. Mr. Lawson, what happened? Who the hell had the guts to lay a hand on you?
You really don't know who hurt me, Mr. Davenport?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is we win today's case. I'll track down that fool for you immediately. Anyone who dares touch you is an enemy of me, Charles Davenport. I'll make sure he never shows his face around here again.
That really is Edward Lawson, the devil's advocate. He never lost a case. Looks like Brady Davenport might walk free.
That bastard destroyed my daughter's life. How can he get away with this?
You guys don't get it. Edward Lawson, he is the guy rich people hire when they're in deep trouble. You might be the one ending up behind bars.
He is the criminal. Why should we be the ones to suffer? Is justice only for the wealthy now?
Look, justice is decided by the law. Nobody is above it.
Mr. Lawson is right. That's what this court is for. My son committed no crime. He deserves to walk free. Get over here and show Mr. Lawson some respect. Useless boy. Forgive him, Mr. Lawson. He's probably overwhelmed by your presence. Please, this way. Mr. Lawson, you're going the wrong way. The defense table's here.
I know exactly where I'm going. I represent the plaintiff now.
What are you talking about? How could you possibly be her lawyer?
Wait, isn't he the defendant's lawyer? I heard his fees is running to millions. How could a regular family like the plaintiff could even afford him?
Mom, you hired Mr. Lawson?
Hire him? This kind of lawyer? He cost a fortune. Even if we sold everything we owned, we couldn't afford him. Besides, I remember we applied for free legal aid.
Look, I'm here as the plaintiff's attorney. And I'm doing it for free.
Don't forget, you already accepted my family's diamond bracelet and a $1 million fee. And now you say you work for free for this poor family.
Look, there's no distinction between rich and poor, noble and commoner in front of the law.
Mr. Lawson, even if I screwed up before, all I asked was for you to win this case. I'd even throw in another $3 million.
Legal fees have a price, but justice doesn't.
Mr. Lawson, that's ridiculous. Everyone in the biz knows you always keep your word. And now you're backing out at the last second? Did I piss you off or something?
You really don't know who hurt me, Mr. Davenport?
You little bastard! What the hell did you do? You little bastard! What the hell have you done?
I didn't do anything!
Bullshit. I've never crossed him, and money sure enough isn't his enemy. That leaves one option. You little punk did something to piss him off. Spit it out! What the hell did you do?
That I beat up his whole family.
What? Do you have any idea how hard I tried to get him on board? And you? Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Dad, I thought he was some con man. How was I supposed to know he was the real Edward Lawson? If I know that, I would have never laid a finger on him, I swear.
God! I should have never bailed you out in the first place. Mr. Lawson, my son is young and reckless, but please don't hold that against him. If you help me win this case, I'll agree to whatever terms you want. I'll even hand over this little bastard so you can deal with him however you see fit.
Mr. Davenport, let me be clear. I never intended to plead not guilty for him. I know your son isn't innocent. From the start, the best I was willing to consider was asking for leniency, a reduced sentencing, and letting him turn his life around. But now, after seeing who he truly is, look, if he doesn't face any real consequences, he will never change. That's why I'm standing on this side today. So I suggest you take your seat and let's settle this where it belongs. In court.
Mr. Lawson! Rise!
Please be seated.
You were supposed to be their lawyer, weren't you?
The law is meant to protect what is right, to give justice a chance. It shouldn't just be used as a tool for people to get away with wrongdoing. Don't worry. I'll do what I can to make sure that they face their consequences this time.
Good afternoon. Will the counsel for the plaintiff please state your presence for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Edward Lawson, representing the plaintiff.
What do we do?
And the defendant's attorney? Mr. Davenport, do you understand the seriousness of this? The law allows your retrial only if your counsel is present to represent you. Now, without representation, the court has no choice but to proceed as if you're defending yourself. In practical terms, that means the original judgment will stand.
The first trial already done. If the retrial failed, Brady Davenport's going straight to jail. After what he did to that girl and trying to fight for not guilty.
Not surprising. Edward Lawson doesn't have opened his case to win.
Dad, please help me. I don't want to go to jail, please.
Mr. Lawson, my son made a terrible mistake, but please, don't let your temper get the best of you. You just help me win this case, and whatever punishment you see fit for him, that's yours to decide. This is a courtroom, not a playground. You really think you can go up against the Davenports?
I am here to do my job and make sure that the law is applied fairly. As for whom I choose to defend, that's my decision.
You! Order in the court. Mr. Davenport, your attorney is not present. You understand that without counsel, your retrial may be dismissed outright, and the original verdict will stand. You may ask for a continuance, but if the court denies it, you will have to proceed on your own. Now, do you understand these consequences?
No, attorney. I'm really done for.
Mr. Davenport, if you...
Derek K, representing the defense, now in court.
Derek? What are you doing here?
I hired him. Before the hearing, he told me you'd turn on us. I didn't believe him. I never imagined you'd side with these nobodies against my son.
Right before trial, Derek? You betray me?
What? You're not sending Brady Davenport anymore? Okay, I shred every bit of defense material prepared for him. Do you need me to collect any information from the plaintiff side? But... okay.
Rachel, the trial's about to start. Why are you still here? Anything you need help with?
I have something important to handle. Get rid of this. Completely. No trace left.
The Davenports are the wealthiest family around. If I can win this case for them, I'll be set for life. Every man for himself. $1 million in legal fees? What kind of fool would walk away from that?
You win this trial, defeat Lawson, and I'll bankroll you. I'll make you rise to the top. I'll even back you to own the largest firm in the state.
You can count on me, Mr. Davenport. We'll win.
Listen to him. Big words. Derek might be Lawson's protege, but he never won a case that matter. How the hell the student can beat the master?
That, seriously? Edward Lawson may be overhyped, but Derek? He's a nobody. You really think he can pull this off?
Maybe before I couldn't, but I've got everything now. Lawson has collected all the evidence for me.
Wait, what is he saying? He's gonna use Lawson's oven prep to beat him?
That's right. Lawson's built his defense airtight. He was ready to win. But he turned his back on Brady at the last second. Now why the last second? Because he didn't have the time to flip it around. No time to dig up evidence for the other side. And so he figured, well, if I walk away from Brady at the last second, the defense would collapse, and Brady, without counsel, would go down automatically. It was a trick, nothing more. Alas, with me here, his little scheme falls apart. You're finished.
For 7 years, Derek. For 7 years, I trained you. And over one case, you turn your back on me?
Don't act like you even cared. 7 years. You pocketing millions while I relied on scraps? You never once gave me a chance. Never let me take a case on my own. You've just kept me in the shadow like I was nothing.
Nothing? The cars that you drive, the roof over your head, the opportunities you had. All because of me. I held you back because you weren't ready.
Enough! I will not live under your shadow anymore. I will beat you in open court today. You can kiss your so-called perfect record goodbye.
Since both counsel are present, let's get started. Counsel for the defense, you've argued that your client is not guilty. Do you have any additional evidence to present?
Of course, Your Honor, I have evidence collected by none other than my former mentor. I'd like to show the exhibit 12. This drive contains a video recorded by a tourist at the nightclub that evening. It shows in detail the interaction between the plaintiff and my client. I move to have it admitted into evidence and played for the court. Your Honor, as the video clearly shows, the plaintiff entered the nightclub willingly and accompanied my client into a private room without any sign of objection. This strongly suggests that any sexual activity that occurred between her and my client was entirely consensual.
That's a lie! He tricked my daughter into going in there!
The plaintiff is an adult, capable of making her own decisions. Whether or not to walk into a private room is her choice. Wouldn't you agree, counsel?
Look, the video may show my client entering a room voluntarily, but it proves nothing about what happened in that room after the door was closed. Consent to entering a room is not consent to sex.
That's exactly the point. Which is why I'd like plaintiff to testify again, in her own words, about what happened that night.
I can't do what I don't want. Susan. No, you can't do that. She's been through hell already. You can't force her to relive it all over again. That's cruelty. That tearings open her wounds just to watch her bleed.
With all due respect, the plaintiff's testimony is the cornerstone of this case. If she refuses to testify again, is she avoiding the truth because it doesn't support her claims?
That's right. She's making this up. Every word she said before was a lie.
Order. The defense counsel has made a reasonable request. The plaintiff will restate her account.
No, I can do what I don't want to.
Susan.
Susan, look at me. You need to calm down. Take a breath.
Mr. Lawson, I can't do this when everyone's staring at me like...
Listen to me. You are not the one that needs to feel shame here. You are the victim. But if you stay silent, then you let people like him twist the truth. Speak up. Not just for yourself, but for every survivor that's ever been silent. And I promise you, the law will protect you.
So, at that night, I was just passing by. That's what happened.
The plaintiff has given her statement. Defense counsel, you may proceed.
According to her statement, my client forced himself onto her once they were inside the room. But Your Honor, the top record shows this was peak hour. There was staff stationed right outside those doors. If she was truly being assaulted, why didn't she call for help?
I don't know.
Fine. Let's move on. Why didn't you report the incident right away? Why wait until the next day, after my client transferred you money, to file a police report? Doesn't that give this court reason to question your motives? Was this really an assault? Or was it an attempt at extortion because you weren't satisfied with the money you got? And also, let's not forget what we all saw in that video. She doesn't look like some poor innocent victim. No. She looks like a girl dressed to sell herself, looking for a rich man to latch onto.
Objection. This is outrageous. The counsel is calling my client a prostitute in open court. This is blatant victim blaming and completely irrelevant to the charges.
No, I'm not like that. That's not me.
That's exactly you. You weren't some unwilling participant. No, you went out there looking for money. And when my client gave you attention, you decided to cash in. This isn't rape. This is extortion.
Your Honor, this is harassment, plain and simple. Counsel is slandering my client under the guise of cross-examination.
Your Honor, the plaintiff's own behavior shows she was never forced into anything. She wanted it. The video proves that she entered the private room on her own, and her testimony has been inconsistent from the start. This wasn't sexual assault, it was a setup. The charge of rape doesn't hold.
Order in the court. The defendant's counsel has submitted compelling evidence. Plaintiff's counsel, do you have any further evidence to submit? If no further evidence is presented, the court may proceed with deliberation based on the evidence at hand.
So that means I'm off the hook, right?
Exactly. Based on the evidence on record, previous conviction can be overturned. Hey, Lawson. Thanks for handing me the tools to make this all possible.
Not guilty now! Mr. Lawson, aren't you supposed to be unbeatable? You promised to get justice for my daughter.
Mr. Lawson. Defense is all about evidence. No matter how skilled he is, without evidence, he can't win.
You're right, Derek. It is about evidence. But I'd like to ask the defendant, do you admit to having a substantive relationship with my client?
We did. But it was consensual. I didn't force her to do anything.
Good. That's all I needed.
Lawson, stop stalling. Your Honor, I request that the court announce the verdict immediately.
Plaintiff's counsel, do you have any new evidence to submit? If not, I will proceed with the ruling.
You won't have anything.
Your Honor, I do have additional evidence. But before presenting it, I ask that it be enlarged so that we can see the defendant clearly.
Proceed.
What difference does this make?
Haven't I taught you? Never use evidence that you haven't verified first. Especially when it comes from your opponent. You let greed cloud your judgment, and you ignored what was already on record. Let this be your final lesson. Watch closely. In this footage, the defendant's pocket contains a vial. Now, this is the key evidence of the sexual assault case. These are the records that show the defendant's illegal purchase of controlled substances, along with the police report of my client. The statement describes my client's mental state, which matches the effects of the drugs. The defendant administered these drugs to my client without her knowledge, impairing her ability to consent. Now, this constitutes aggravated sexual assault, and the client should be held accountable.
Counsel for the plaintiff has presented admissible evidence. Counsel for the defense, do you have anything further to offer?
Derek, say something. You told me we'd beat Lawson. You promised!
I said, based on what we had, I thought we could win.
Derek! You swore to me my son would be free. If anything happens to him, you'll regret it.
Order! No further outbursts from the gallery. Defense counsel, do you have additional evidence or not?
Your Honor, the plaintiff has additional evidence.
What? How could you possibly have more?
Lawson is piling on evidence. He's not just aiming for prison time, he's pushing for the...
Your Honor, I'd like to play the newest, Exhibit 14.
That woman didn't even see it coming. Dropped this stuff. Too easy. But man, it was worth it. What about the guy who mouthed off yesterday? Handled, buried. Cops will never find a thing.
As you just heard, this isn't speculation or personal bias. The defendant confessed clearly, not only to drugging and assaulting a woman, but the conspiring of a murder of another man. Now, this is who he is, a convicted felon who should have never been granted bail. This is who he is. He is a convicted felon who should have never been granted bail. And while free, he caused more harm, severely assaulting others and leaving them hospitalized, including my own daughter, who tragically lost her pregnancy. Your Honor, this man has shown nothing but contempt for the law and for human life. He is a danger to our community, and we ask that the court impose the maximum penalty allowed by law.
No. I can't go to prison. Derek, fix this! Do something!
It doesn't make any sense. It's only been 30 minutes. How the hell did he pull together all this evidence so fast?
I never come to court unprepared. Do you really think I'd play your game?
Order. The jury has reviewed the evidence and returned a unanimous guilty verdict on all counts. Rape, aggravated assault, and related charges. In light of the defendant's actions while on bail and the severity of the crimes, this court sentences Brady Davenport to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. His assets will be seized in accordance with restitution law to compensate the victims.
Defendant, stand!
No. No, Dad, don't let them do this. I can't go to prison. No!
You worked for it. You promised me my son would be free, and now it's thrown away for life! And you, Edward Lawson, men like you don't last long when you've made enemies like me. I've buried things in the past. Don't think I won't do the same to you. Just wait. I'll make you regret it. I swear.
It's truly remarkable. When they brought her in, her condition was critical. During surgery, her vitals were nearly non-existent. But then, suddenly, she turned the corner. All her readings are normal now, and with proper rest and care, she should make a full recovery. Thank you, doctor. Hey. How are you feeling?
I'm okay, but the baby.
Yeah, well, the important thing is your life. You probably didn't hear this, but while you're unconscious, my dad, he took on the case of a mother and a daughter.
Really? He's serving life in prison?
Of course. Look, I can't let someone like him get away with harming others.
Mr. Lawson.
Susan, what a surprise. What brings you in?
Mr. Lawson, you handled our case for free, and you even secured $3 million in compensation for us. I honestly don't know how to thank you. I heard your daughter-in-law was hospitalized, so I brought some home-baked bread and fresh fruit. It might help her recover a little.
Yes, Mr. Lawson. Thank you so much for helping me. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Well, look, As your lawyer, giving you my full effort, it's what I'm here to do. And honestly, I had my own reasons for taking the case. Thank you for the gift.
Mr. Lawson, people always say you only defend the wealthy and take advantage of ordinary folks like us. They're wrong. You are a good lawyer and a genuinely kind person.
I have never heard someone call my dad good. Not in all these years of law practice. Well, I should thank you. Your family showed me that defending the law and seeking justice is a lot. It's not just about...
Mr. Lawson, you are under investigation. You have been accused of accepting bribes during client representation, threatening witnesses, and falsifying court evidence. You are required to come with us to answer any questions. You are required to come with us for questioning.
No, that's impossible. My dad would never do something like this.
Exactly. Mr. Lawson defended us for free. He's a good man. There is no way he'd break the law.
It doesn't matter what you believe. Whether Lawson broke the law will be decided by evidence, not your feelings.
Derek, it's you?
Show him what happens to lying on this.
No problem.
Please, I can fix this. Just give me a chance.
One chance. Derek, you had a chance and you blew it. Thanks to you, my son's locked up for life. Let me think. How can I thank you? You're in good health.
What?
I think someone will thank you for your liver, no kidneys or something.
Stop, listen! I can still help you. There's a way. This whole case, it rests on Lawson's evidence, yes? Well, if he is discredited, then he's no longer a liar. Every case he did will be invalid. Then your son, you will get another chance.
Wait. Go on.
You may have been my mentor, but I'm a lawyer first. Since you broke the law, I had no choice but to do the right thing, even if it meant turning my back on you.
I have always honored my oath. I've never broken the rules.
Well, the evidence says otherwise. Can't talk your way out of this one.
Mr. Lawson, you need to come with us to answer these charges.
Call Rachel. Tell her I need to see her.
How could this happen?
When Lawson goes down, every case he's done gets reopened. That includes yours.
Don't want it too comfortable.
How can this be happening? Are people like us really that powerless against the wealthy and the corrupt? I went through everything. The evidence against you is flawless. But I know every case you've handled over the past few years. I worked on them. None of this is real.
They came prepared. Well, Derek was with me for 7 years. He had access to my seal, my files, everything. And Charles has more money and influence than anybody in the state. If those two decide to frame me, make sure no one can spot our crack.
But that's the point. They know they can't beat you in court, so they are fabricating evidence to take you out of the fight, to clear the way for Brady's appeal. Mr. Lawson, the hearing is tomorrow. But most of the top firms in the state are already bought off. And the ones who aren't, they won't take this case.
That's criminal. For years, I took clients who could afford me. Didn't matter who they were, or what they did. Look, I told myself I was doing my job. In the end, I was just protecting monsters. And now, the rich see me as a threat. So-called righteous see me as corrupt. Who's going to stand up for me now? No, Dad, that's not true.
Look, I mean, yeah, you charge insane fees, but behind the scenes, you gave most of that away to victims' families.
He's right. You were protecting the victims in your own way.
It doesn't matter. I never stuck up for justice openly. And now? Who's gonna stand up for me?
Mr. Lawson.
No. Tomorrow's hearing isn't about guilt or innocence. Once I'm on the inside... Look, Brady's in prison. And that place is crawling with Davenport's men. You know what that means. My fate is sealed. Rachel, you've been with me this whole time. Okay? Still running errands with me, even today. Take what money's left in my account, split it with Nate, leave and never come back.
No!
Rachel.
That's not who I am. A lawyer's duty is to fight for truth and justice. If no one else will defend you, then I will.
You can't win.
Maybe not. I know I'm not as polished as those big-name attorneys. But I will fight with everything I've got. For you. For justice. Until the very end.
Justice for victims!
Chief Lawson! No one above the law!
No one above the law!
No one above the law!
Mr. Lawson, do you have anything to say about the allegations? Did you really threaten the witnesses? Did you falsify evidence?
You made million little killers walk free!
What's on your hands, Lawson?
You took Daniel from me. You'll pay for what you did. Give me back my boy. Give me back my son.
Mr. Lawson, I will plead guilty.
Daniel, since you made your decision, I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Daniel was only 18. How could you do this? How could you do this?
Look at what you've done. Such a good family ruined because you falsified evidence at will. He ended up in prison and died that year. He never sought justice.
You've lost all decency. No wonder why you always win. Now we see you were faking evidence.
This is a human life we are talking about. Don't you feel a shred of guilt for making money this way?
Stop it, okay? My dad is not what you're saying. He's innocent.
Innocent? Don't make me laugh. Lawson has spent years manipulating evidence, bribing witnesses, destroying countless lives. Now he's finally stood up public outrage. Just wait, Lawson. Your final reckoning is gone.
It's almost time. Where's Rachel?
The matter of Edward Lawson's alleged professional misconduct is now in session. Bring the defendant to the stand.
Finally, your day has come, Lawson.
That real is Edward Lawson.
He should have been facing charges years ago. How many families did he ruin for his clients?
He's the one who destroyed my daughter's life.
About time justice catches up. If he hadn't shielded those wealthy clients, none of this mess would have happened.
Is the defendant's counsel present?
God, Rachel said she left 2 hours ago. Why isn't she here yet? She won't just abandon us, right?
Is defense counsel present?
Your Honor, she's on her way. She'll be here soon.
Or she's not here because she's decided it's not worth it. Oh, Lawson. Not even your own protege wants to stand by you anymore. What a failure you've turned out to be.
He must have burned too many bridges. Nobody close to him wants to help anymore.
I heard this one went to every law firm in the state, but not a single one of them will take up the case. He's outraged the whole community. Everyone wants to see him fall.
Sweetheart, do you see? The man who ruined our lives. He's finally facing justice.
Even as when he moved away, it's only a matter of time. Someone like him deserves to be abandoned.
Admit it, Lawson. You've got no one left.
You're doomed.
No. Dad, Rachel would not just walk away. You've always been so good to her. She wouldn't do this.
Nate, everyone makes their own decisions. I don't blame her.
If this is the price for my past, then I'll accept it. If counsel for the defense does not appear, the court will proceed without representation.
Defense counsel present, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we are here as co-counsel for the defense. Edward Lawson will not stand alone in this court.
What the hell is going on here? All his attorneys?
Professor Keller, why are you here?
How the hell did Lawson pull this off? All these lawyers? With him?
Exactly. A moment ago, even his own assistant ditched him, and now, all of a sudden, a whole army of lawyers comes to his side?
Look at them. Those are big names. How can so many people support a concern like Lawson? Looks like birds of a feather flock together. They've all been bought off by Lawson.
Not likely. These are people with ironclad reputation. Did you see Jonathan Keller? He's a law professor, a man who wants to down gangsters, with guns in his face. Can't be bought off, no.
And that's Santos. He fought to protect my daughter. I don't get it. Why would he stand with him?
Rachel, did you call that?
No. Professor Keller and the others are known for their integrity. Actually, many of them were once your fiercest rivals. I never reached out to them. They stopped me on my way here and said they wanted to stand with you.
That's right. We are here of our own accord. These are from dozens of attorneys, colleagues, who are willing to vouch for you and your character. They couldn't be here in person. Some were tied up with cases and others too far to travel, but they all wanted their voices to be heard.
That's not possible. Lawson is the cancer of this profession. You've all fought him for years, despised everything he stood for. Why in God's name would you defend him now?
Because today, it's not about him. Today, it's about justice.
Justice. Lawson's made his career selling his soul for dirty money. And now you want to call him a man of justice?
Professor, with all due respect, but you've lost it. He's a villain, plain and simple.
Lost it. Cole, do you remember the Ramirez case?
Ramirez case? You're talking about that homicide 20 years ago?
Wait, I know that case. Miguel Ramirez was a working man, barely scraping by. His daughter was sick and needed surgery, but he couldn't afford it. He borrowed from loan sharks, and when he couldn't pay them back, they came after his family. I heard they even showed up to his house, threatening his wife. That last time, Miguel snapped. He grabbed a knife and stabbed one of them.
Right, yeah, I remember now. But those weren't just any thugs. The guy he killed, he was the son of a local crime boss. The whole neighborhood was terrified back then.
When Ramirez struck back, the threat had already stopped. Now, by the book, that's second-degree murder. But then, out of nowhere, this unknown lawyer came in. He put everything on the line. His career, his reputation, and argued that it was self-defense and that Ramirez acted out of desperation to save his family. Against all odds, the jury acquitted him.
Exactly. Now that case sent shockwaves through the entire legal system. It forced prosecutors and judges, and all of us, to rethink how the law treats people who are cornered by violence and exploitation. That young lawyer, that was Edward Lawson.
Lawson? Professor, you're saying Lawson was the defense attorney for that case?
That's right. It was his very first trial. He won and then made his name overnight. It also put a target on his back. The crime families, they wanted him dead. Now, he spent nearly a decade in hiding, moving from town to town until the federal crackdowns finally dismantled those syndicates. Only then could he return to the court. So if that man who risked his life and career to defend the powerless doesn't deserve to be called just? Then tell me, who among us does?
Nuh-uh. Lawson wasn't that noble. I remember that case. The lawyer's name was Michael Quinn.
Quinn. That was my father's name. Before he changed it. You know, when I was little, he used to move us around from place to place, and I never really knew why. Now I see. He fought for justice, and the mob put a target on his back.
Nay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I never told you back then. I was so broke I couldn't even pay for your mother's treatment. She died when we were running, and you lost your childhood because of the choices I made. I thought I could handle the darkness alone, but I was naive.
No. Dad, I never blamed you. Mom didn't either. You know, she told me once that she never regretted marrying you. You fought for justice. You protected people who had no one else. Me and Mom will always be proud of you.
Lawson spent 10 years of his life in hiding because he dared to stand up to organized crime. He defended people who no one else had the courage to protect. That's who he is. Now, justice may be delayed, but it never fails.
I can't believe it. Lawson was that young lawyer? He gave up so much. To call him anything less than a man of conscience would be wrong.
Then maybe this time he's innocent.
Right. I've served the Bar Association for many years, and I met many lawyers who claim to be the champion of justice. But to defend the powerless at such a cost, Lawson may be the first I've seen to live it so completely. If anyone deserves the true title of being the servant of justice, it's him.
Touching story. But that was 20 years ago. People change. Devin Lawson might have been back then. Today, he's nothing but a corrupt enabler. His record of betrayal and deceit speaks louder than any legend.
Mr. Lawson has sacrificed so much over the years. He is not the villain you're painting him to be.
Sacrifice doesn't excuse wrongdoing. And that was 20 years ago. It doesn't give him a free pass from accountability today.
Yeah. Even if Lawson did some good back then, that doesn't matter now. People change. Who's to say he hasn't lost his way?
Sometimes a hero becomes a villain. Someone like him turning bad, that's scarier than a simple criminal.
Even if you helped people in the past, what about my daughter? She's died because of him. He won't escape justice that easily.
Your Honor, the defense keeps trying to use incidents from 20 years ago to argue the defendant's character. I request that this line of argument stop immediately.
Request granted.
Well, if 20 years ago is too long to consider, then what about the last 15 years? These are the records of Edward Lawson's charitable contributions over the past 15 years, totaling $83 million. Now that's nearly all his earnings as a lawyer over 20 years. He founded the Horizon Foundation, one of the state's largest and most respected charities. Mr. Lawson dedicated his life and fortune to helping those in need. Now, it's hard to imagine someone like that also committing the crimes he's accused of.
Your Honor, the Horizon Foundation has funded scholarships, medical aid, disaster relief programs that have changed lives across the state. I've known Mr. Lawson for years, and even I didn't know he founded it. It explains why, despite his earnings, he always lived so modestly. Every dollar was going back to the people who need it most.
The founder of Horizon was
My dad? That foundation paid my college tuition. My family couldn't afford it. Without them, I never made it out.
My niece, she got her surgery covered by Horizon. We would have lost her without the foundation.
Yeah, they rebuilt my house after the tornado.
Dad, I always thought you were cold. Maybe kind of hard. Now I see. You were carrying all this weight and giving everything away. I'm proud of you. And hey, whatever happens, Mr. Keller and Rachel will fight for the truth.
Members of the jury, this isn't a man chasing headlines or profit. For 15 years, Edward Lawson poured himself into others, into justice, mercy. A lawyer who fights for the vulnerable and lives with restraint does not suddenly become the monster that the prosecution is painting. His life speaks louder than any accusation.
Enough of this. Charity doesn't erase crime. People donate for all sorts of reasons. Huh? Tax shelters? Guild reputation? This is not evidence. This is merely a performance. Your Honor, the plaintiff moves to call our next witness to establish Mr. Lawson's guilt.
Motion granted.
That man, he killed my son!
Your Honor, this is Mrs. Evelyn Ross. Her son Daniel was a co-defendant in the same case that Mr. Lawson tried over 10 years ago.
Mrs. Ross, please tell the court what you recall.
Lawson killed my son. Daniel was 18. He had just won the full scholarship to college. He had the whole future ahead of him. He was completely caught up in the case by accident. At trial, our public defender told us that Daniel was likely to walk free after our meeting with Lawson. Everything changed. Daniel suddenly pled guilty, and he said that he alone committed the murder. But he didn't do it. He could not. When he came back from that meeting, he was covered in bruises. And weeks later, he died in prison, 18 years old. That man killed him, as sure as if he pulled the trigger himself.
A lawyer beating a kid into a confession, though, that's beyond corruption. I thought maybe it changed, but no. It's proved it. The charity, the donation, just a guilty conscience tried to buy redemption.
The boy was only 18. How could anyone do that to him?
Let's not rush. This could still turn out differently.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. To win his case, Lawson allegedly threatened and brutalized a co-defendant, an innocent teenager. Daniel Ross was sentenced and died behind bars. This is not a man of justice. This is a man who uses the law as his personal weapon, leaving wreckage in his wake. Society cannot tolerate that. Lawson, do you deny it?
I made mistakes back then. Mistakes that still haunt me.
You heard it. He admits. What more is there to say?
Let's be clear. Mr. Lawson admits to one thing only, that he made a mistake. And his mistake was not having enough faith in the law. Now, a lapse in faith is not the same as a crime.
And yet, here we are. The defendant's own words. A grieving mother's testimony. Unless the defense can conjure up a video or tape recording from decades ago, there is nothing to contradict the truth.
It's true. Surveillance back then was grainy, limited. Finding clear footage today is nearly impossible.
Well then, there's nothing left. Your Honor, the plaintiff moves to proceed to the next stage of trial. The defense has no evidence to rebut.
Wait!
Your Honor, this witness has just arrived under subpoena.
Very well. Please state your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Clarence Brooks. I used to work at the precinct. I was there when Daniel Ross met Mr. Lawson.
What a coincidence, Your Honor. I've reviewed the personnel files from that precinct. There is no record of a Clarence Brooks ever serving as an officer there.
That's because I wasn't an officer, just staff. And not long after that case, I moved out of state. No reason you'd find me in your files.
Mr. Brooks, you may proceed with your testimony.
That afternoon, I saw them in the hallway.
Miss Wilson. Dan, what are you doing?
I need help. Look, Daniel, we're not supposed to talk. Okay, if you need help, you can call your lawyer. He's good. He'll help with whatever you...
Mr. Lawson, I will plead guilty.
Oh, what? No. Look, you're innocent. This crime has nothing to do with you. You can walk free.
No, I have to. Otherwise, my family, my mom, she worked herself half to death to get me into private school. She doesn't know what kind of people we're up against. If I admit guilt, they will leave her alone. That's the only right way.
No, look, Daniel, you're innocent. This isn't your birth.
Innocence doesn't matter. Safe matters. She matters. It's just a few years. I'm not afraid of them. I can get through the prison. I know what you stood for, Mr. Lawson. I know what you sacrificed. Please, protect her. You're the only one who I can trust.
That boy didn't confess because he was guilty. He confessed because he was terrified. He was trying to save his mother.
Oh my God. Daniel did it for me. He threw his life away to protect me. Then why? Why was Daniel covered in bruises? What really happened to my boy?
Evelyn, you gave everything for him. You worked 2 jobs. You sacrificed all so he could go to that private school. But what you didn't realize is he never fit in there. He was bullied and isolated, and he carried that pain in silence. I knew your son was innocent, and God knows I begged him to fight, but he said that if he confessed, that the threats against your family would stop. And I was his co-defendant's lawyer. My hands were tied. My position left me powerless. Look, I told myself that a few years in prison were survivable, that he would get out and rebuild. But I never imagined that he would never get out at all. And that mistake has haunted me every day since.
Daniel told me that he hated that school. I thought it was the workload, that he was lazy, making excuses. I forced him to stay. I thought I was saving his future. But I sent him to his death.
Please, take her to the infirmary now.
Poor guy. All this time, man, he never stopped carrying that guilt.
Unbelievable. He was the only one trying to do the right thing, and now they're trying to ruin him for it.
Your Honor, this testimony speaks volumes. It shows that Mr. Lawson was not a predator, but a man caught in an impossible bind. A man who carries guilt for a tragedy he did not cause.
This is nothing but theater. One sad story doesn't wipe away decades of corruption. Lawson's been in the industry for over 20 years. You expect this jury to believe
He never bent the rules, never pulled the strings, never dirtied his hands. Please. I have plenty more evidence. Stacks of it.
And I have witnesses, lawyers, investigators, colleagues. Every so-called evidence that you prepared will be answered one by one.
Members of the jury, the record is clear. In every case entrusted to Mr. Lawson, there is no evidence of unlawful conduct. The charges against him are not supported by fact, only by malice. We ask you to find him not guilty. And furthermore, Your Honor, we intend to seek sanctions against opposing counsel for unauthorized use of seals and for presenting fabricated evidence before this court.
Oh, it's over. Everything's over. Your Honor, the jury finds the defendant, Edward Lawson, not guilty on all counts.
The court accepts the verdict. Mr. Lawson, you are hereby released. You're free to go. Furthermore, given the evidence presented, this court will order an inquiry into Mr. K's conduct.
He tried to frame his own teacher. What kind of man does that?
If lawyers like Lawson get dragged down like this, who'll stand up for the rest of us?
Derek, still a disgrace here.
And all this time, he didn't hurt my daughter. He was helping us behind the scenes. I was blind. I blamed the wrong man. God forgive me.
Really? That was my pleasure.
You're great. Thank you. All of you, really. I couldn't have stood in there without you.
I just couldn't sit by and let that snake of Derek win. Not after what I saw all those years ago.
Well, I only took on this because of that case 20 years ago. Thought I could shave down your sentence. But the deeper I dug, the clearer it got that you weren't just some lawyer chasing clients. You were fighting for people who had no one else. But tell me, Lawson, when you defend others, you speak like thunder, quoting law like scripture. But when it came to your own case, you stayed silent. Why?
I guess because I fought by the book. And I tried my best. But even still, people got hurt. Families torn apart, lives ruined. Sometimes because of the choices I made. I don't know, I guess I just thought that this time I should just take it.
No. If you feel guilt, then use it. Keep fighting. That's how you make it right. But living, standing in that courtroom, helping the next man that walks through your door. Now that's the real justice.
You're right. Look, I wavered before, but not anymore. From here on out, I fight only for justice.
Breaking news. Derek Kane was defeated in the case against Edward Lawson. The hearing was today. The court has decided that...
Useless piece of shit!
What should we do now, boss? Should we save Brady? I mean, it's worth considering.
Save? How? Brady's case is impossible to overturn.
Then...
Go and talk to someone on the inside. Make sure Brady's treated right. Once I've dealt with Lawson, Brady can walk free.
Okay.
Just you wait, Lawson. You made me do this.
To freedom. Hannah from the hospital and Dad from the courtroom. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
And Rachel, thank you for standing up for my dad. You always believed in him and you really helped him out. We couldn't have won this case without you.
You should thank your dad himself. If you hadn't steadfastly upheld justice all these years, it wouldn't be on your side this time. And actually, this time isn't just a win for you. It's a win for everyone who still believes in justice.
Well, look, justice isn't easy. It never is. But sitting here with all of you, I'm reminded why it's worth fighting for.
Right. Well, come on. You're not fighting tonight, okay? You're just dad enjoying dinner with his family.
Right.
So, wait, you can't go in. Please, I need your help. You're Edward Lawson, right? You're the only one who can stop him.
Who sent you? What is this about?
It's about my brother, Miguel. This is my brother, Miguel. He was 22. Charles Davenport killed him.
What happened?
He thought he was coming here with a work visa. They told him it was legal, a company, papers, contracts. But when he arrived, it was all lies. They forced him to carry drugs across the border. He refused. He wanted honest work. So they beat him. They beat him until he never woke up. At first, I believed it was bad luck. Maybe he was in the wrong place, wrong time. But then I started hearing more stories. Other workers, same promises, same contracts, same disappearances. Some ended up in shallow graves in the desert.
Oh my God.
And it's all with the same names, the same shell companies. And all of them traced back to him, Charles Davenport.
Did you report it to the police?
I've tried everything. But most of the victims are undocumented. With his vast influence, no one wants to touch this. Nobody even believes us. Then I heard about you. You've already thought him was. That's why I'm here. I don't want revenge. I want justice. For Miguel. For all of them.
I thought only his son was lawless. Turns out the old man's even worse. Alright, I'll take his case. And if what you're saying is true, I'm not letting it go.
The quarterly financials look solid, and our friends in the construction bid are on board. We should have the contract wrapped up by the end of the month. As for Brady, the warrant received his donation.
Good. At least someone around here knows how to keep the gears turning. We got a problem, boss.
Boss, we got a problem.
What the hell, Marco? I told you not to come here unless it's necessary.
We have a problem, boss. Somebody's digging into the immigrant careers. The drug runs.
That's impossible. We handled that years ago. It's buried. Besides, they're just a group of immigrants. What kind of trouble could they possibly stir up?
It was, but it's back. There's a case now.
Well, who's stupid enough to put their name on it?
Edward Lawson.
I've been looking for a reason to go after him. Now he walks right into it.
Lawson's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. If he keeps digging, eventually he's gonna drag up what we did back then. You better play it safe.
Relax. I'm not giving him a shot at the case. Marco, reach out to the old crew. We've got new business to handle.
I can't believe you pulled it off. Finding that kind of evidence against Charles? It's huge. His family has been running wild for years. About time they get what's coming.
Well, nobody can hide forever. Everybody leaves a trail, no matter how careful they are. And Charles, he's left plenty. But look, we should still be extra careful, okay? Desperate people do desperate things.
Oh, well, I...
Lawson, we meet again. Lawson, we meet again.
What's this, Charles? Dissatisfied with the ruling? Here to avenge Brady?
No, I admit it. He screwed up. That's on me. I didn't raise him right.
Then you must be here because of Alejandra.
Smart man, that's right. You don't need to waste your time on it, Lawson. Drop it. Those people aren't worth it. They're just a bunch of nobodies trying to bite the hand that feeds them.
Every case I see, every case I take, I see it through to the end. It's my job.
Lawson, come on. Why stick your neck out for this? The case is clean.
Yeah, if it's so clean, then what are you afraid of?
Don't be stupid, Lawson. Do you really think your name and reputation are enough to save you?
Threats don't scare me, Charles. They just tell me I'm on the right path.
Nate, are you okay?
Don't worry, Dad. I'm already out of the city. Hannah's with her parents, and I'm on my way there right now.
Okay, good. Just keep going, all right? And don't stop for anything. Call me as soon as you get there. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I promise. Now you take care of yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Lawson. Without you, we'd have no chance.
You don't need to worry anymore. We have studied evidence, records, testimonials, everything we need. Today, justice is finally within reach.
Mr. Lawson, this is Mateo. He wants to thank you.
Mr. Lawson, my mom couldn't make it, but she wants to thank you for giving us this chance to seek justice for my father.
Wow. And you have my word. I'm gonna give it everything I got. Nobody's walking away from this. Not this time.
We got this. Justice will be done.
You know,
Nate?
Nate?
You did well, Lawson. Smart move, moving your family out. Shame your boy didn't get out fast enough.
Who are you? And what do you want? This is kidnapping.
Kidnapping?
You think I care about that? You were warned.
You won't stay out of Charlie Davenport's case, so... This is the outcome.
I knew it was him.
They say you and your boy are tighter than tight.
Guess we're about to see just how deep that bond really runs.
Drop the case. Leave now.
Then we can forget about this ever happening.
Otherwise, prepare a funeral for your son.
No. Dad, don't listen to them, okay? Don't let these cowards win! Don't hurt him!
Either.
Help strangers who've got nothing to do with you.
Or save your own son. Think it over carefully.
You need to go.
But the case...
He's your only blood. I can cover the hearing. Buy time for you. You need to save Nate.
Charles, you ruined countless lives. Future stolen. Families torn apart. It's all because of you, cabron.
Careful with your words. I've always been a law-abiding citizen. People make their own choices. I just gave them the stage to reveal who they really were.
No, you exploited them, manipulated them. You've hidden behind power and money, trampling anyone who dare resist. But those days are over. We have Lawson now. With his stand against you, your reckoning has come.
Really? Don't tell me you really think he'll stand for you in court. He's just been toying with you all along. He won't help you.
Don't you dare drag his name through your lies.
Then tell me, where is he? If Lawson truly stood with you, why has he walked through those doors? Lawson's son is still in my hands. Faced with choosing between strangers and his own blood, there's no question what he'll decide.
Mr. Lawson is here.
Mr. Lawson, you came. I knew you would. You heartless bastard. Still trying to drive a wedge between us.
So you actually showed up. Do you know what consequences that will bring? Don't forget your son.
You need to save Nate.
I can't. This is our only chance to make Charles Davenport pay. I need to stand for justice. And Nate, he's my son. Ever since he was a child, he always hated injustice. If he was in my position now, he'd make the same choice.
No! Mr. Lawson, let me try. I'll find a way to get him out for you.
Look, if I stepped aside, maybe you would have given me peace. For a while. But men like you never quit. If we let you walk free, there will never be peace. Not for me, not for anybody.
So you're telling me you're ready to go to war with me?
The law isn't something you bargain with. The moment that you yield to corruption, you're not buying peace. You're handing over the keys to tyranny.
He's right. No matter how rich you are, no matter who you know, the law will catch up to you. You'll answer for what you've done.
Relax, Charles. He's bluffing. What happened years ago has been thoroughly covered up. He couldn't find anything even if he tried. At most, he'll just cry about some immigration violations. That's all.
You're right. No matter how slick he talks, he can't touch me without evidence.
Court is now in session. Counsel for the plaintiff, you may now begin your opening statement.
Your Honor, Charles Davenport enslaved the vulnerable. He profited from their suffering, and he built an empire on blood and fear. We accuse him of forcing people into labor and exploiting undocumented immigrants into carrying out illegal activities.
As expected, he could only bring up immigration violations.
Looks like he's not all that after all.
Your Honor, these are not isolated incidents. Charles Davenport lured undocumented workers here under false work contracts. Once here, he coerced them into trafficking narcotics. Those who refused were beaten, and some didn't survive. We have records, communications, testimonies, enough evidence to support a pattern of exploitation and violence.
Your Honor, with all due respect, these are unverified claims from undocumented immigrants. My client, Charles Davenport, is a legitimate businessman. Any injuries or deaths? Regrettable accidents, nothing more. And here, Your Honor, we have contracts, payment records, and correspondences showing Charles Davenport acted in good faith. My client followed the law. If anything, he's the one being taken advantage of by these unscrupulous individuals.
I'm unaware of all the allegations. If anyone was hurt, that's unfortunate, truly. Out of humanitarian concern, I'm willing to sponsor each of them with 10 grand.
You cover the deaths of so many people. Do you really think you can just throw money at this and make it go away? We don't want your cash. We want justice.
Justice! Your Honor, as you can see, despite being falsely accused, my client still shows goodwill, offering financial support to them. Yet, the plaintiff, without any concrete evidence, still chooses to fabricate stories and slander his name. Such a blatant contempt for the law deserves to be sanctioned at once.
You're twisting everything. You're turning black into white.
Since you clearly have no proof, why waste everyone's time? Unlike you paupers, I actually have a busy schedule.
Do you really think that your crimes are invisible? That everything you did is airtight? Your Honor, I have new evidence to submit to the court. Your Honor, the defense showed you contracts, pay stubs, and company records. On paper, they all look legitimate. But we ran an audit, and all these companies are shell companies. None of them ever conducted a single day of real business. No employees, no shipments, no tax filings, no products. Just empty shells designed to lure immigrants into a trap.
Those are all lies. My brother believed those contracts. He thought he had work. They tricked him.
Your Honor, this is nothing more than creative accounting. Many startups take years before turning a profit. Delayed filings, bureaucratic red tape, that's hardly evidence of a criminal conspiracy. And if some immigrants were deceived, who's to say that it wasn't the recruiters? Shady middlemen hiding behind my client's reputation.
I regret their pain, but tragedies happen. You can't blame me for every misfortune.
Then can you explain why every company dissolves within months of bringing workers in?
Simply due to poor management.
No. It's because all of these companies are fronts. Charles Davenport lured undocumented workers into the United States under false pretenses. Once they arrived, he forced them into trafficking narcotics. Those who refused were beaten, and some were killed.
Speculation, Your Honor. The plaintiff is asking you to see smoke where there is no fire.
Nonsense. What they chose to do has nothing to do with me. I am the victim.
You are not the victim. You killer! You liar!
Order! Counsel for the plaintiff, these are very serious allegations. Do you have any evidence? Counsel for the plaintiff, these are very serious allegations. Do you have any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. We have the shipping logs. These trucks were carrying packages that were later seized carrying narcotics. We also have the ledgers, which are clearly coded, but show payments going directly to Charles Davenport's shell companies.
Your Honor, these so-called ledgers, anonymous scribbles, no author, no authentication. They could have been written by anybody. And these seized shipments, not traced to Mr. Davenport. He's drawing lines that don't exist.
Exactly. I just run companies. That's got nothing to do with me. Every industry has bad actors. It doesn't make me guilty.
Then explain why the money from those ledgers matches deposits to your personal accounts.
Coincidence. Business is complicated. I won't account for every single dollar that goes through my hands.
Your Honor, without verified authorship, this evidence is circumstantial at best. The defense moves to strike it.
Circumstantial? Your Honor, there's more. We will show records that connect these companies, the shipments, and Charles Davenport himself to the deaths that occurred exactly to his own instructions.
I demand the court reject this fabricated evidence.
Your Honor, these are the ledger entries, emails, and authorizations that cannot be misinterpreted. Every death, every document ordered, authorized, verified, and signed by Charles Davenport himself.
How the hell did he get these documents? They're classified.
Just keep your composure. This is a courtroom. Don't give them what they want.
Your Honor, I request the court review Exhibit 7. This evidence can directly tie Charles Davenport to the deaths. These are Charles Davenport's own ledgers and emails. Each entry lists workers that refused assignments and were terminated permanently. Every name matches a documented victim, and every date is verified, and these are direct orders given under Charles's supervision.
You killed Miguel! You killed my brother!
This is ridiculous! I never touched anyone! These words, they're being twisted!
Twisted? Your Honor, terminated permanently is Davenport's own euphemism for murder. Each instruction was issued by him and carried out.
Your Honor, these could be fabricated. There is no direct proof that my client ordered anybody killed.
The deaths, the dates, every record matches a victim. And all of this can be tied back to Davenport's emails and personal records. Charles Davenport is the mastermind behind it all.
The court finds this evidence admissible and highly relevant. It will be entered into the record. Mr. Harlan, do you have anything further to present? If there's nothing more, I'll begin considering my ruling.
Lawson, it ain't over. I still got people. You ain't getting off so easy. Neither do those people with you.
Do you really think that I've been standing here alone? Lawyers fight for justice, but we're not the only ones fighting for it.
What do you mean?
Stop. The hearing ends here. Charles Davenport, you're under arrest. We dismantled your traffic network, seized your drugs, seized your ledgers, and arrested your co-conspirators. You'll be coming with us. You'll be facing federal narcotics and racketeering charges.
Are you behind all this?
Guilty. From the moment I saw what you were, I knew I couldn't take you down alone. This trial was never about a verdict. It was about buying time. Time for the DEA to pull your whole operation out by its roots.
You are the one who did it all, but the rest of your men will face justice too.
Lawson, your son is still in my hands. I promise he'll pay the price before I'm taken down.
Mr. Lawson, They've caught the person who kidnapped Nate.
What?
But they found no trace of Nate himself.
What do you mean there's no trace?
Mr. Lawson, thanks to the footage you gave us, we got the guy who kidnapped your son, Marco. Unfortunately, your son wasn't with him. We got the guy in custody and we're pressing on him hard. I promise you we're doing the best we can.
That's not good enough. I need to go find him.
Wait. Davenport men could still be out there. It's dangerous to go alone.
He's my son. If there's even a chance he's out there, I can't just stand here and do nothing.
Fine, I'll send 2 men with you.
Nate! Nate!
Don't lose hope, Mr. Lawson. We are not alone in this. Everyone is looking. We will find him.
I'm worried that they already found out that Charles got busted. They're gonna take it out on Nate. I don't want to find him in a shallow grave. Nate! Nate! This is his watch. I gave it to him when he was 18. He's never taken it off.
Mr. Lawson.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Dad? Dad! You okay? What did they do to you? No, Dad, really, I'm okay. These guys, they saved me.
Matteo?
We overheard it in the court.
Dad, the captors, they tried to kill me. Thank God Matteo was there.
Nothing personal, kid. Blame your father for sticking his nose where it doesn't belong.
How did you know where he was? DA scoured the whole area.
When people cross, they learn where the cartels move. They stay away from the routes. I have friends, and they know places the authority don't.
If it weren't for you, my son... I don't even want to think about what could have happened. I owe you more than I can ever repay.
You don't owe me anything. We just did what was right.
No, Mr. Lawson. It's the other way around. Without you, my brother's story and the truth about Charles Davenport could have died in silence. You gave us a voice.
You fought us when no one else would. How could we leave you behind?
Sí.
Gracias. All this time I thought I was alone. I was wrong. You guys showed me strength. You reminded me why I walk this path. From here on out, no matter what obstacles lie in my way, I'll keep going.
Mr. Davenport, what do you have to say about the charges?
I'm innocent. This is a setup. Nothing but lies. Lawson, the DA, the media, you're all part of it.
What about the victims' testimonies? The evidence?
Fabricated. Every damn word. I built businesses and created jobs, and this is how you repay me? I'll appeal. And when I'm out, every last one of you will get this.
Mr. Davenport, do you have anything else to say? Mr. Davenport.
Well deserved.
Today, Charles Davenport faced a full weight of justice. For years, he operated in a vast drug trafficking network across the state line, silencing witnesses and corrupting officials. Today, the court has handed its verdict, guilty on all charges. Sentencing may result in death penalty.
Justice isn't just an idea. It's a duty. And laws are just words on paper until someone is willing to stand up for them, to fight for what is right, even when it's hard. That's how we protect fairness. And that's how we keep the law alive.
Professor,
what you said, it means the fight for justice never really ends, right? It's up to each generation.
Exactly. I've given my life to this fight, but I'm not the future. You are. Look, I'm old, and so it's your job to carry the torch, protect the law, defend justice, and never let it fail. And if you do that, justice will endure.